is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
A reading from the book of Genesis. When hunger came to be felt throughout the land of Egypt, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. Pharaoh directed all the Egyptians to go to Joseph and do whatever he told them. When the famine had spread throughout the land, Joseph opened all the cities that had grain and rationed it to the Egyptians, since the famine had gripped the land of Egypt. In fact, all the world came to Joseph to obtain rations of grain, for famine had gripped the whole world. The sons of Israel were among those who came to procure rations. It was Joseph, as governor of the country, who dispensed the rations to all the people. When Joseph's brothers came and knelt down before him with their faces to the ground, he recognized them as soon as he saw them. But Joseph concealed his own identity from them and spoke sternly to them. With that, he locked them up in the guardhouse for 3 days. On the 3rd day, Joseph said to his brothers, "Do this, and you shall live, for I am a God-fearing man. If you have been honest, only one of your brothers need to be confined in this prison, while the rest of you may go and take home provisions for your starving families. But you must come back to me with your youngest brother. Your words will thus be verified, and you will not die." To this they agreed. To one another, however, they said, "Alas, we are being punished because of our brother. We saw the anguish of his heart when he pleaded with us, yet we paid no heed. That is why this anguish has now come upon us." Reuben broke in, "Did I not tell you not to do wrong to the boy? But you would not listen. Now comes the reckoning for his blood." The brothers did not know, of course, that Joseph understood what they said, since he spoke with them through an interpreter. But turning away from them, he wept. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Matthew. Jesus summoned his 12 disciples and gave them authority over unclean spirits to drive them out, and to cure every disease and every illness. The names of the 12 apostles are these: first, Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew, James the son of Zebedee and his brother John, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus and Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanian and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Jesus. Jesus sent out these 12 after instructing them thus: "Do not go into pagan territory, or enter a Samaritan town. Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. As you go, make this proclamation: the kingdom of heaven is at hand." The Gospel of the Lord.
My dear friends, we continue our reflection on the power of healing of Jesus. Today we are told that Jesus gave his apostles, his disciples, the power of healing over unclean spirits and to heal every kind of sicknesses and illnesses. Therefore, my dear friends, the church, the priests are endowed with the power of healing by the consecration of the priesthood. And the sacraments are the instruments of this healing in our world today. Therefore, we need to avail ourselves to receive the sacraments and to gain the power of healing of Jesus into our lives. We know that Jesus is not present in body form physically with us as he did with his disciples, doing all kinds of miracles and healing people and driving out evil forces. But he has given us the sacraments, the ministry of the church and the ministry of the priests today as an extension of his power of healing. Therefore, my dear friends, we need to submit ourselves to the power of the sacraments. Even though we are restricted with all kinds of limitations of receiving the sacraments, we have already received a number of sacraments in our lives. Baptism, sacrament of confession, Holy Communion, confirmation, and we continue to receive the Eucharist and confession, even though we are not able to do it so frequently now. By the reception of these sacraments, the previous reception of these sacraments, we have been strengthened. Therefore, let us long that we be able to receive these sacraments so often, so that the power of healing will come into ourselves through the ministry of the church and the ministry of the priests. The sacraments are, my dear friends, instruments of the power over unclean spirits as well, because in the gospel Jesus gave his disciples the authority over unclean spirits and to heal all kinds of sicknesses. When we are sick or when we are down with a kind of influence of the evil one, my dear friends, we go in search of healers or healing services and so on. But my dear friends, this healing is a daily process where we present ourselves in daily prayer and our offering to God daily through the daily prayers and perhaps our reception of the sacraments. And that is the power coming into ourselves, power of Jesus working in us to heal us.